Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about exercise 13.3 and we are continuing exercise 13.3. Problems based on Bayes theorem. Problem number 5. A laboratory blood test is 99% effective in detecting a certain disease when it is in fact present. However, the test also yields a false positive result for 0.5% of the healthy person tested. If 0.1% of the population actually has the disease, what is the probability that the person has a disease given that his test result is positive? So if you observe this total problem, in total population there are two types of persons. One is people affected by disease, second one is healthy people. So two types of persons are there. So that's why I am taking two events. Let E1 denotes event of a person having disease. Second is E2 is the event of a person is healthy. Event of a person is healthy. So in total population there are two types of persons. One is healthy person, second one is disease, people having disease. Next, here E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Why they are mutually exclusive and exhaustive? What is the meaning of mutually exclusive? Means E1 intersection E2 should be null set. E1 denotes person having disease, E2 denotes healthy person. So is there any common elements between E1 and E2? There are no common elements. Therefore E1 in intersection E2 is mutually exclusive. Next, E1 union E2. So healthy persons plus disease persons is equal to total population, right? So that's why E1 union E2 is equal to S. Therefore, they are called as exhaustive events. So E1 and E2 denotes mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. So next, what is the probability of a person? Probability of event of a person having disease. Here it is given 0.1% of the population actually has the disease. So that means 0.1%. 1% have the disease. That means 0.1 by 100. That means 0.001. Next, what is P of E2? P of E2 is equal to, so 1 minus P of E1. 1 minus P of E1. 1 minus P of E1 means 0.001. That means 0.999. That means what is E2 denotes? Healthy persons. 1 minus disease people denotes healthy person. Probability of event of a person is healthy. Is how much? 0.999. Next, let E be the event of test result is positive. Test result is positive. Therefore, P of E given E1 is equal to how much? What is P of E given E means? Probability of P for probability of a person, probability of test result is positive. What is E denotes? Test result is positive. Test result is positive. This is given symbol. Given that E1. What is E1? Event of a person having disease. Given that a person having disease. having disease. DI having disease. So what is the value of P of E given E1? So this is a laboratory blood test is 99% effective in detecting a certain disease when it is in fact present. That means probability of test result is positive given that a person is having disease means how much? 99%. 99% means 99 by 100. That means 0.99. Similarly, P of E given E2. P of E given E2 is equal to probability, P for probability of test result is positive given that a person is healthy. If a person is healthy means even the 0.1 see here this line, the test result yields a false result, positive result for 0.5% of the healthy person. For a healthy person, what is the probability? 0.5%. 0.5% means 0.5 by 100. That means 0.005. Next, what to find finally? Probability that find the probability that P of probability that a person has the disease. Has the disease means E1 given that given, this is given symbol, that test result is positive. That means E1 given, E is equal to how much? What's the formula for this? P of E1 into P of E given E1 by P of E1 into P of E given E1 plus P of E2 into P of E given E2 is equal to, what is P of E1 value? P of E1 is 0.1%. That means 0.001 into P of E given E1 0.99 by 0.001 into 0.99 plus P of E2. What is P of E2? P of E2 is 0.999 into 0.005. Simplified, then you will get the answer for this. Next problem. There are three coins. One is two-headed coin. So there are three coins. Coin one is 1, 2, 3. Three coins are there. This is two-headed coin. Second one is biased coin. Third one is unbiased coin. Now there are three coins. One is two-headed coin. Second coin is, another is biased coin, that comes up 75%. 75% of the time. And the third coin is an unbiased coin. One of the three coins is chosen at random and tossed, it shows heads. What is the probability that the coin, it was two-headed coin? There are three types of coins. One is two-headed coin. That means coin both sides you have head only. That means there are no tails for the coin. Second coin is biased coin. That means when you toss a coin, 75% you will get the head only. So third coin, unbiased coin. Unbiased coin means normal coin. That means you may get either head or tail. So there are three types of coins. Next, here what is E1, E2, E3 denotes? E1, E2, E3. E1 denotes two-headed coin. Let event of selecting selecting two-headed coin. E2 is event of selecting biased coin, event of selecting biased coin. Third one is event of selecting unbiased coin, selecting unbiased coin. Then what is P of E1? Probability of event of selecting two-headed coin is 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Similarly, probability of event of selecting biased coin also 1 by 3. Probability of event of selecting unbiased coin is 1 by 3, because out of 3 coins you are selecting only one coin. Here you are selecting one coin, here also you are selecting one coin, here also you are selecting one coin. So P of E1 and P of E2, out of 3 you are selecting any one, either E1 or E2. For E1, P of E1 is 1 by 3, P of E2 is also 1 by 3, P of E3 is also 1 by 3. Next, what is event E? Event of E denotes event of coin shows heads. Coin shows head. Event of coin shows head. Coin shows head. Then what is P of? What is the probability that it is a two-headed coin? That means what is P of E given E1? That means probability of event of selecting two-headed coin given that it is a two-headed coin is 1 by 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Probability of P for probability of E. E is there. What is E means? Event of coin shows head. Probability of coin shows head given. This is given symbol. Given that what is E1? E1 means event of selecting two-headed, given that it is a two-headed coin. So therefore P of E given E1 is equal to, so when two-headed coin is tossed, both sides will have head only. So out of 2, how many chances are there to get head? 2 chances. So that's why it is 2 by 2. That means it is 1. Next, what is P of E given E2? E given E2. Probability of E. E means coin shows head given that it is a biased coin. It is a biased coin. P of E given E2 is equal to how many chances are there? Probability of coin shows head, given that if it is a biased coin, for showing head, how many chances are there? 75%. That means 75 by 100. 25 3s are 25 4s are 3 by 4. Next, what is P of E given E3? Probability of coin shows head. Coin shows head, given that it is an unbiased coin. So P of E given E3. For unbiased coin means normal coin. When a coin is tossed, what is the probability of getting head? 1 by 2. Either you may get head or tail. So total 2 chances are there. Out of 2 chances, for getting of head is how many chances are there? 1 chance. So that's why it is 1 by 2. Next, what to find finally? What to find? Probability of, what is the probability? Probability means P, that it was a two-headed coin. Two-headed coin means E1 or E2 or E3. E1. So E1 given that if it shows heads, that means what is the formula for this? P of E1 into P of E given E1 by P of E1 into P of E given E1 plus P of E2 into P of E given E2 plus P of E3 into P of E given E3. Here E1, E2, E3 are mutually exclusive, even and exhaustive, because E1 intersection E2 is null set. Because E1 is two-headed coin, E2 is biased coin. There is no relation between this and this. Similarly, between E2 and E3 also there is no relation. This is two-headed coin and this is three-headed coin. E2 intersection E3 also null set. That means E1 intersection E2 intersection E3 is null set. Therefore, E1, E2, E3 are mutually exclusive events. Next, E1 union E2 union E3 is equal to sample space, because two-headed coin plus biased coin plus normal coin, unbiased coin, it gives the total problem. So here we have total how many coins are there? 3 coins. That's why this 3 events denotes mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Now substitute the value here. P of E1 given E is equal to P of E1. What is the probability of getting E1? Probability of E1 is into P of E given E2 is 1. E given E1 is 1. 1 by 3 into 1 plus 1 by 3 into P of E given E2 is 3 by 4 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 2. So 1 by 3 by, here LCM is 3, 12, 6, 12. I am taking LCM. 3, 4 is 4 plus 12, 3 plus 2. So 1 by 3 into 12 by 9. 4 by 9 is the answer for this problem. Next problem. An insurance company insured 2000 scooter drivers, 4000 car drivers and 6000 truck drivers. The probability of an accident are 0.01 for scooter, 0.03 for car and 0.15 for truck. One of the insured person meets with an accident. What is the probability that he is a scooter driver? Here how many types of drivers are there? 3 types of drivers are there. So that's why I am taking 3 events. Let E1, E2, E3 denotes event of a person, event of an insured person. Event of insured person is scooter driver. Second one is event of insured person is car driver. Next, third event is event insured person is truck driver. Then what is P of E1? Probability of event of insured person is a scooter driver is 4000 by out total how many are there? 4000 plus 6000, 10,000 plus 2000, total 12,000 are there. So 3 zeros gets cancelled, 4 ones are 4 threes are 1 by 3. Similarly, P of E2 out of 1200, probability of event of selecting a person is car driver. So total how many car drivers are there? 4000. Sorry, here this is 2000. This is 1 by 6. 1 by 6. Here 4000 car drivers are there. So 3 zeros gets cancelled. 1 by 3. Next, what is the probability of event of the person, insured person is truck driver. So how many truck drivers are there? Total 6,000 out of 12,000. So this is 6 by 12, that means 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Next, here since E1, E2 and E3 are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. Why they are called as exclusive and exhaustive events means there is no relation between scooter driver and car driver. Similarly, there is no relation between this event denotes scooter driver, car drivers. This event denotes truck drivers. This event denotes scooter driver and this event denotes truck driver. There is no relation. E1 intersection E2 intersection E3 is null set. Next, if you observe, this total number of persons are 12,000. That means E1 union E2 union E3 is equal to total number of drivers. That means E1 scooter driver plus car driver plus truck drivers is equal to 12,000. So that's why they are exhaustive events and mutually exclusive events. Next, let E be the insured person meet with an accident. One of the insured person meet with an accident. E be the event of insured person meets with an accident. Then what is P of one of the insured person meet with accident? What to find? What is the probability that he is a scooter driver? So that means what we have to find first, E1 given E given E1. That means probability of what is the meaning of this? Probability of event of a person meet with an accident given that he is a scooter driver. Probability of E. What is E? Person, insured person meets with an accident. Probability of insured person meets with an accident given that, this is called given symbol, that he is a scooter driver. Is how much? Here it is given probability of an accident 0.01, 0.03 and 0.15 respectively meet with an accident. For scooter driver it is 0.01, for car driver it is 0.03 and for truck driver it is 0.15. Therefore for scooter driver this is given how much? 0.01. Similarly, P of E given E2 right here, and here also you need to write probability of insured person meets with an accident given that he is a car driver. This is how much? 0.03. Similarly, P of E given E3 is equal to 0.15. Then finally what to find? Probability of, from Bayes theorem, what to find? What is the probability? P for probability that he is a scooter driver. Means E1. Probability of he is a scooter driver given that if he meets with an accident. This value we have to find. So according to this, what is the formula for this? P of E1 into P of E given E1 by P of E1 into P of E given E1 plus P of E2 into P of E given E2 plus P of E3 into, otherwise I will write down P of E given E is equal to E given E1 given E is equal to P of E1 into P of E given E1 by P of E1 into P of E given E1 plus P of E2 into P of E given E2 plus P of E3 into P of E given E3. So P of E1 given E is equal to P of E1 value 1 by 6 into P of E given E1. P of E given E1 is 0.01 by 1 by 6 into 0.01 plus this is into 0.01 plus P of E2. P of E2 is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 into P of E given E2 is 0.03 plus P of E3. P of E3 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into P of E given E3 is 0.15. Simplify this, then you will get the answer for this problem. Next problem, problem number 8. A factory has two machines A and B. Past record shows that machine A produced 60% of the items of output and machine B produced 40% of the items. Further 2% of the items produced by machine A and 1% produced by machine B are defective. All the items are put into one stockpile and then one item is chosen at random from this and is found to be defective. What is the probability that it was produced by machine B? Here how many machines are there? Two machines are there, A and B. Therefore, how many events we have to select? Two events. Let E1 and E1, okay, first event E1, E2. E1 is the event of item produced by machine A. Item produced by machine A. Next, E2 is the event of item produced by machine B. So here E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. That means here two types of machines are there, A and B. Both A is different, machine A is different, machine B. Items produced by machine A is different, machine B is different. Therefore, they are mutually exclusive. Even intersection E2 equal 5. Therefore, it is mutually exclusive. Next, in total company there are only two machines. If you add all the all the items of produced by even machine A and machine B, then you will get total product. That's why both equal to sample space. So therefore, they are exhaustive events. Next, probability of P of E1. Probability of event of item produced by machine A. A produced how many items? 60% of the items. 60%. That means 60 by 100. 2 3s are 2 5s are 3 by 5. Next, similarly P of E2. Probability of event of item produced by machine B. Machine B, how many are there? 40%. 40%. That means 40 by 100. 2 2s are 2 5s are 2 by 5. Next, what is next selection of event E? What is event E? From this and is found to be defective. Machine B and defective. All the items are put into a stockpile and then one item is chosen at random. All machine A, machine B, all items we kept in stockpile and we randomly pick one item from this and it is found to be defective. Found to be defective. So that's why what is event E? Event of selecting defective item. Therefore, P of E given E1 is equal to how much? Probability of what is P of E given E1? Probability of or P of, okay, probability of event of selecting defective item given that what is even event of produced by mission A, item produced by mission A, item produced by mission A is equal to P of E given E1 is equal to this value is given. For the 2% of the items produced by mission A and 1% of produced by mission B are defective. So how many defective items are by mission A? 2%. 2% means 2 by 100. That means 1 by 50. 1 by 50. Similarly, what is P of E given E2? E given E2. Actually, you need to write again. P of E given E2 means probability of event of selecting defective item given that item produced by mission B. So after writing that, how much they given here? 1% is given. 1%. That means 1 by 100. Next, part 2 find finally. What is the probability? P of probability of produced item produced by mission B. Item produced by mission B means E2. E2 given it was a defective item. E2 given E is equal to how much? So P of E2 given E is equal to P of E2 into P of E given E2 by P of E1 into P of E given E1 plus P of E2 into P of E given E2. So P of E2 given E is equal to P of E2. What is P of E2 value? 2 by 5. 2 by 5 into P of E given E2 is 1 by 100 by P of E1. P of E1 is 3 by 5. 3 by 5 into P of E given E1. P of E given E1 is 1 by 50 plus P of E2 2 by 5 into 1 by 100. 1 by 100. If you simplify this, how much we will get? LCM in the numerator is 500. P of E2 given E is equal to LCM is 500. 2 by, here LCM is 250. 3 by 250 plus 2 by 500. 2 by 500. 2 by 500 by LCM is 500. 500 for these two terms. 6 plus 2. 500 gets cancelled. 2 by 8. 2 by 8 means 1 by 4 is the answer for this problem.